Hello, everybody. Hi. My name is Cameron Bailey. They call me CEO. Welcome to Midnight Madness. Welcome to the very first Midnight Madness in the Royal Alexandra Theater. It opened in This place is old. It opened in 1907, and from now until Saturday, it's yours. All right? This is your house from 11:59 every night. This is the right dress code for Midnight Madness, right? This is what you're all wearing? Okay, cool, good. I'm only here because this is a big deal for us. I walk by this venue time after time, year after year, and said, why aren't we in here? It's such a beautiful house. I found out it's a little pricey, frankly, to put the sound and the picture and to make it a cinema. But we did that. We had some help to make that happen. And now I think it's one of the best cinemas we have ever had in the 47-year history of our festival. And that's why it's yours. And it's yours for Midnight Madness. And I'm only here really to introduce the maestro, the legend, the genius, the man, Midnight Madness programmer, Peter Koplowski!
Fourth time's a charm. I am so excited. We've had in-person screenings in 2020 and 21, but I feel like I can truly, in all my honesty, say, welcome to Midnight Madness! And I hope this dress code is appropriate. Cameron, is this okay?
We're good.
Okay, great. This is the spectrum right here. All right, I just want to first acknowledge what Cameron said. We're in an amazing old building. Let's reflect on the land that we're on right now. Let's reflect on the building that we're in, the history, and the fact that we are all here as part of a community of film fans that love movies, that love things that are weird. Put your hands together for yourselves. Huge thanks to our lead and major sponsors, Bell, RBC, Bulgari, and Visa for their continued support, and of course our major supporters at the Government of Canada, the Government of Ontario, Telefilm Canada, the City of Toronto, and all their continued support. And folks, this movie is not just eligible for the People's Choice Award, it's eligible for the People's Choice Midnight Madness Award. 1 of 10 films. Let's bring glory to this film. Let us start a campaign that will take us all the way to the Oscars. Because we're going to watch, history is going to be made today. How many people think they know the story of Weird Al Yankovic? You're all wrong. Tonight, history is going to be changed. Wikipedia pages are going to be rewritten. It is going to be a constant back and forth of updates on those pages as to what is true. Tonight, you will see the unvarnished truth. Weird Al Yankovic is one of the greatest music comedy legends, just simply greatest people in the world. And tonight, you're going to witness his story as told with the in collaboration with the director, Eric Appel. Let's give a big round of applause. And an incredible cast. Actors, maybe you've heard of them. Daniel Radcliffe, Evan Rachel Wood. There's so many people in this movie. It's unbelievable. When I saw this film, I just knew this had to come to Midnight Madness because it is a quintessential Midnight Madness film. And that's why I'm going to shut up. We're going to watch this movie and then have all the names that I just mentioned come on stage, and we're going to have a gosh darn Q&A with them. So turn off your cell phones and get ready to get weird because we are about to polka. Please welcome writer-director Eric Appel. You just watched her portray the Queen of Panama. There's one more. The editor of Rock and Polka, Weird Al Yankovic. I love it, standing now on the first night of Midnight Madness. All right. Is someone timing this? We need to beat whatever the big one in Venice was. We need to go 13 minutes. All right, no. All right. No, we're not going to go that late. It's midnight. Let's get some questions because, I mean, the thing that's hard about a Q&A for a movie like this is you've answered all the questions. Any question we might have has been answered by this film. But the question I do have is, how did this begin? I know that 10 years ago you made the trailer for Funny or Die. When did that become a conversation of, we got to go beyond the trailer?
Well, it was actually just an email I got out of the blue from Al in February of 2019, where he said that, he'd been playing the trailer at his concerts for about a decade, and after every show, people would come up and ask him, when can I see this movie? As if that one was real. So, and then, Bohemian Rhapsody had come out, and Rocket Man was about to come out, so, Al thought it was the right time, and... And reading the email, I feel like before I even got to the end of it, I was already responding like, yes, let's start writing this today.
And so, you mentioned those two biopics, but what was the process like in writing this movie? It's like almost a taxonomy of every music biopic ever made. Did you need to do the research? Were you already familiar with the films, Al?
I mean, we kind of watched a lot of those biopics. We made notes and we wrote down all the tropes.
Yeah. But it's everything. It's even it's Forrest Gump. It's Boogie Nights.
It's everything.
It's not even just limited to musical biopics. We're trying to tell just the most epic biopic story of all time.
Now about casting too, because you had a cast for the trailer. How did you land Evan and Daniel? And also to Evan and Daniel, what sort of brought you to the project?
It was a very easy conversation. I initially, when these guys first approached me, I was kind of like, wait, what? And then when I read the script and I sort of saw what they were doing and going like, oh yeah, this is. As soon as you read the script, you're like, oh, there is nothing else that Al's biopic could be except this movie.
What page was it to?
Oh, it was it was very early. It was embarrassingly early. I did not need, there was very little convincing that needed to happen. As soon as I spoke to these guys and had read the script and saw what they were trying to do, it was just like, yeah, you can't sign me up fast enough and I'll start trying to learn the accordion.
And Evan, was the pitch simply, do you want to play Madonna?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing anything for the rest of the year, and I got an email, and I opened it, and the first thing it said was, you've been offered the role of Madonna, and I just burst out laughing immediately. And then I saw it was a Weird Al biopic, and then I saw Daniel was in it, and it's what am I going to say? No? Yes, it's a very easy yes.
I mean, one of my favorite things about the film, one of my favorite scenes is that incredible backyard sequence, which is, a bit Boogie Nights, but it's also every cameo, but also every underground comic, alternative comic cameo in that sequence. How was that writing process? And did you... I'm just imagining you're just writing a list of everyone you could try and get.
Yeah, I feel like there were 30 more names in that scene at first, too. It was every weirdo celebrity from the late 70s, early 80s.
We went through our address books and just come on down. and thankfully, Rocco was nice enough to let us shoot it in Los Angeles, because originally it was going to be Atlanta.
Yeah.
And it would have been harder to get all those people, come on a plane for,
It would have been a fun
5 minutes
flight.
cameo. Yeah.
Just packing a plane full of friends.
Right.
Let's give a big round of applause for the Roku channel for making this all happen.
For making this film.
And you'll be able to see it on November 4th for free on the Roku channel. Daniel, you seem to be an incredibly proficient accordion player in this movie. Is this movie magic?
So kind. I am not. I got very, very lucky to have a friend called called Pete Scalzitti, who is a self-taught accordion player who had a lot of time on his hands at the time and was willing to like give me some lessons. And then Al, also I have videos that I will treasure for the rest of my life. That Al sent me some accordion lessons and online, just over email. And you know, I did what I could. It is a very hard instrument. He makes it look very easy. And yeah, it's incredible. You know, one of the fun things about the job is you get to like become like not proficient, but you get to like dip your toe into loads of, you know, strange little hobbies. And so it was fun to try it.
And I got to be in the trailer next to his while he practiced.
Yes, I am sorry. I am so sorry.
It was fun being. It was fun just being on the email thread where you and Al were bouncing these videos back and forth to each other. I had nothing to add to it, but it was great to just sort of
like
watch.
accordion for dummies back and forth. Yeah.
It was also like, I feel like I learned it was like, there was probably roughly about a month between me learning the verse of my Bologna and the chorus. So like, my girlfriend was living in like a perpetual hellscape of just ba 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 ba. Nothing. So everyone was very patient in the making of this film. Thank you.
You bring up the My Bologna scene. One of my favorite details of the scene is how it climaxes with everyone just beating the crap out of each other. Is that something on the page or an inspiration in the moment?
No, that was on the page. That's pure Al.
We were just people crashing through windows and things like that, but on an 18-day schedule, that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
They shot this in 18 days. All those cameos, that entire performance. Who's your line producer?
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
I mean, how did you achieve also this, like the concert sequences and like what type of rehearsals went into, you know, setting those sequences?
Yeah, that was part of how we were able to achieve this in 18 days is we had stunt rehearsals, we had rehearsals with the band. Obviously, you know, Dan practiced the accordion and you know, that time that we spent in prep getting those things right meant that we could get there on the day and just like execute them and, you know.
And I'm curious too, we just spoke about like, Dan, you...
Also, sorry, can I also add Eric is the most prepared director in the world. That's also how we did that.
Thank you.
And I want to ask, we just talked about, you know, getting into the accordion mindset, but I'm curious to both Evan and Dan, what type of research did you do to get into your characters? Like in terms of like the, you know, emulation of Madonna and Weird Al?
I'll probably be quicker. Just because there's less. Well, you know, I'm playing a version of Al, I think it's fair to say. So other than like, I mean, my main prep for this was like, honestly, on such a tight schedule was like learning all the choreography and the fight choreography and all of that stuff and sort of, you know, learning all the scenes and just, I mean, I am like, by the time I came to this project, I have been like a fan for a while, so I'm already sort of quite steeped in the song, so I was like got a head start on that. But yeah, I think, and then just like hopefully being around and just trying to absorb what is relevant, and then, you know, play also a version that does insane things that this man would never do.
How do you do, Al?
Perfect.
Evan, how about?
I mean, I've loved Madonna since I was very little. There's like home movie footage of me in bunny ears and tutus when I was like 4, dancing around in Material Girl and things like that. Yeah, so I've been in training for some time, but I did the second I found out I was playing her, just YouTubed the, you know, stuff out of her videos from the early 80s and interviews, and just like would sit there in my trailer just like doing the voice and like trying to get like going on over every single word. Like I knew it was a heightened version and a sociopathic version of Madonna, but I still wanted it to be good. So like, you know, I worked on it, yes.
Yeah, we really wanted to like give them the freedom to like not necessarily do impressions of Al and Madonna and really everyone in the movie, but to create bizarro versions of these people that exist within our universe, you know, where this movie exists.
I hesitate to ask, Al's seen the film. Al worked on the film. Has Madonna seen the film?
I don't think so.
Madonna, are you
She's in the audience. I haven't checked everywhere, but
Madonna walked out halfway through this movie.
we have room for just a few questions from the audience right there with the Al puppet. No, come on, one question. It's too early for the two-parter in a film festival. Pardon? Okay. Do you want the puppets? I don't think they can take the puppets now.
I mean, obviously we want the puppets.
Questions. What is your favorite Weird Al song?
I mean, I
Thank
feel
you.
like as with most fans, it sort of like rotates and changes. But like the one that my answer today has been Jurassic Park, because it's also like a perfect. I love the fact that gets such a big cheer in here. So it's both a perfect parody of MacArthur Park and a perfect retelling of Jurassic Park. It's just perfect. Well done.
Right there. Will there be a director's cut? Is anything on the cutting room floor here?
There's some stuff.
There's a few little things.
Yeah, there's a few little things. We would like to start a Release the Yankovic Cut campaign, so...
Start the hashtag. I'm gonna look upstairs. Yeah, right there. You forgot it. Guys, come on. Right over there.
Oh, wait, no, he's got it.
Oh, he got it? Got it? Go. How long did it take to nail? But it was an impression, he said.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That I hopefully on day one, maybe two. I mean, I feel like we all had to hit the ground running. So if it wasn't good early, we would have been.
What was the first scene? What was the first scene you were throwing?
We started in the apartment, right?
Yeah, the first scene was my Bologna.
Which was a really nice, because it had both like an element of like getting one of the songs in and doing some accordion in front of Al, which was a very nerve-wracking first moment, and then also just like a moment of pure madness, which represented the film very well, and just like the insanity, and that's how that scene ends. And my wig actually came off at one point in that
yes,
scene.
it did. Maybe that'll be in the Yankovic cut.
There is a version where he threw me around the room so hard that my wig came off. That was good.
But we wanted to like start from a base level too, like as chronologically as we could film this, so Dan didn't have to go completely wild.
Which was very kind.
Shirtless and firing machine guns.
And so, I mean, the thing that's also interesting is that, it ends very dramatically, very climactically. Al, I'm glad you've recovered. It's terrific. Will there be a sequel?
I think there has to be.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to be the first biopic with a sequel.
The first biopic with a sequel. I think we need to start hashtag release the Yankovic cut, hashtag weird 2. Still weirder.
Weird to weirder.
Yeah.
All right. There's one more question. Make it a good one right there. When does the soundtrack come out? Great question.
We're talking about that. I can't guarantee it's going to happen, but we're talking to labels, and we're looking for a soundtrack that'll include not only the songs, but nearly all the scores. So it might be like a double LP or a jam-packed CD, but that's in the works, we hope.
All right. You guys can watch this movie again as many times as you want on the road.